Hi guys, we'll start in about 5 to 10 minutes. So hold on.
We're gonna start. I'm gonna talk in English because this is going live. My name is Ivan. I'm gonna talk something about using location information in your app. I'm gonna be first Ivan talking to you today. There are three of us, and we are all gonna talk today. Location API is here with us from day one. So it was part of Android SDK, and now Google released a new API that is part of Google Play Services. This is better because now we can have frequent updates that are not dependent on OS updates. Old API had some issues. Main issue was when you wanted to have precise location, you had to switch between network and GPS location provider, and that was painful for the developers. And it was very battery inefficient, so battery would drain pretty much in a few hours. So Google developers had three main guidelines how to improve location API, and that was to reduce power consumption, improve accuracy, and expand the area where location is available. Developers wanted to have simple API, so simple interface to communicate with a service that will provide location, and we got exactly that. So now we have new fused location provider that has simple programmable interface that is combining all data sources that are available on device, from which we can get accurate location. So it combines network, GPS, or some sensor data to provide you most accurate and most precise location. Now it is part of Google Play Services, and I mentioned why that's better. So I won't talk about theory and documentation. I'll show you code example how to use it. So first thing you need to do is you need to add Play Services in your app. You can do this by adding dependencies and compile a Play Service package in your app. But from Play Services version 6.5, separation of Play Service APIs, so you can include only Play Service you want to use, so that you don't have to compile whole Play Service package, and that's better because even though now we have multi-dex that enables us more than 64K methods, but whole Play Service package has, I don't know, 20,000 methods, and that was pretty easy to break the limit of 64K methods in older 1DEX builds. For you to use a location service, you need to define permission. One of those two. If you want to have a rough estimation of your location, it's enough to provide access coarse location. But if you want to have a more precise and more accurate location updates, you need to define access fine location permission. In order to communicate with Play Service, you need to go through Google API client, and that's pretty simple and it works great. So what we have to do is to define Google API client that specifies what API you're going to use, and defines connection callbacks and fail listener. Why you need to have connection failed listener is because Play Services are connected to Play Service APK that is installed on your device. Play Services are frequently updated, And if you use the latest version in your app, so must user update his APK on device. And if he doesn't, connection will fail, and you will get the result so that user can update his play service. To start connection, you need to just call Google API client connect method. And to handle previous error, here is code snippet. Google Play Services util has methods that provides you with error dialog and start resolution for result, because a connection failed callback provides you with a connection result. And here you can find out if the problem why connection failed has a resolution, and if it has, it can be resolved, and user will be able to connect to Play service and continue to use location service. After you are connected, so after connection is established, you can start using Play service features. Here you see a call of get last location feature, which provides you with the latest known location of device. If you don't want to use this feature immediately after you are connected to Google Play Service, for example, if you have a button that user can tap and ask for your location, you need to check if Google API client is connected, because there can be some situation where the connection is suspended or a connection failed. If you want to have continuous location updates, what you have to do is create location request, which defines some parameters like interval or smallest displacement, and you got to set priority. Priority can be used to reduce battery consumption or to make your location updates high accurate. To get location changes, you need to implement location listener that defines callback method on location change, in which you get your location update. When you start location updates, you request location updates from Fuse location API and pass him location request and location listener. When you don't want to use location updates anymore, it is a good thing to remove location updates so that you don't use up device space. I created a small sample app which you can find on GitHub repo. It will be posted with this presentation, and you can see how to use location updates and less known location. Fuse location provider is not the only thing that is new in Google Play Services location package. There are cool new features like Places API that is mainly used to provide some contextual information of places nearby and places of current location of device. You can use a feature to provide suggestions for autocomplete search, so that user can search with some query for places around him. Geofencing feature is used to create some location boundaries and define areas, which is mainly used to have alerts about user exiting or entering inside that specific area. Activity recognition is used for apps that need to determine and detect user activity. It can determine if user is walking, cycling, or driving in car. It is good for apps. It is good to use activity recognition features for apps that want to have post-processing of data gathered from app usage. And that's mainly all for me, if you don't have any questions. Do you have any questions?
Your animations are nice. How did you do that?
With Keynote.
No special API.
No special API. No Google Play services for animations.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm the second Ivan today, and I'll be talking to you about building WatchFaces for Android Wear. Basically, I'd like to start. This is how watchmakers today look like, according to Wikipedia. They need to know mechanics. Their desk is a mess. They're all in white, but I'm telling you that this is not true. Watchmakers today look like this. They have it. Yeah, you can applause. I don't mind. So basically, they live in a. Yeah, that's the guy from the picture. The girl is available, so contact him at ivan.marcusi@infinum.co. Basically, today's watchmakers live in a calm environment. They have a plant nearby, a floating cat over their head. Basically, they're programmers. You can build your own watch face. Why? Because other people created a watch for you. The only thing you need to do is implement your watch face. So today, when you're not satisfied with your watch, it's not showing the correct time, you're going to go to Play Store and give a bad review. You're not going to go to Watchmaker and make it fit and ask him to repair it. Basically, for those who don't know what's a watch face, this is it. It shows you the current time, but it can show a lot more. It can show you the weather, it can show cards from Google Stream, it can show you images, and so on and so on. You'll see in this example how to show text and image in here. Basically, overview, they did not allow me to talk here 5 hours, so we're going to have 2 lectures. First is going to be part 1. We're going to talk about the requirements, manifest permissions, about what's a watch face service, what's the engine, how to draw that actual watch face on your canvas, and how to update watch face every second. In part 2, we're going to talk about variable data layer, about settings activity, which will be on your mobile phone, and you'll be able to modify your watch face through that. And we'll talk about sending and receiving Wear configuration between mobile and Android Wear. So we can start. First requirements, you need to file new projects. That's the best way to start. You'll have to choose this Wear module here. After that, Android Studio will generate 2 modules. This is a really important part. The mobile module, the mobile app, is different from the Wear module. The app which will be deployed, the watch face which will be deployed on your Wear watch. After that, in your mobile module build Gradle, you'll need to add the Wear module as a dependency. You add it like this: Wear app project and the name of the Wear module. This is how they are bind. Okay, I have added here app compat and play services, but it's not required. Next, the second module Wear, the build Gradle for that, you need to add a variable support library, play services, And if we are building a WatchFace app and you're really serious about it, use Yoda time library. If you're not serious and you're just playing around, then you can use the calendar API, but I don't recommend it. The important thing to remember, since there are two different modules, one is for mobile application and the second one is for web. Each code from now on, which will be shown on these slides, these are all examples in a Wear module. So basically, we are implementing a WatchFace, but we don't need to do anything for the mobile. We're just building for Android Wear. So first things first, permissions. We always forget them, so we start with that. First, you need to tell Android system that, okay, this is a watch. This is a WatchFace. Next, you need to provide the background. Basically, Android WatchFaces are implemented as a service. That's why they need to be able to run in the background. And you need a wake lock permission because your WatchFace can unlock the screen of your watch. Next thing, this is a starting point for your WatchFace. It's a Canvas WatchFace service. You need to extend that and create your own implementation. OnCreateEngine method will be called the first time the WatchFace is started. That means when the user selects that your WatchFace from a list, okay, OnCreateEngine is called. Now, we have our own implementation of that WatchFace engine, which you will see in a second. But first, since this is a service, we need to declare it. We need to add the label, name, and add a permission on that. Next thing is add some metadata. First one is a wallpaper for now, and for basic usage, you only need to add a closing wallpaper tag, and that's it. Then you need to add two more metadata descriptions. First is a preview of your WatchFace as a circular, and the second one as a square. Basically, you create those these two images when you finish the implementation of your WatchFace, because these images will be shown on the user's list, WatchFace list. So for now, this is just some kind of dummy PNG, so that the compiler that the code will compile. Okay, and the next thing is you need to add the intent filter, since this is kind of a wallpaper service, so it actually shows that watch is a wallpaper. And this is how the final implementation of this service looks like. I know it's a lot, but you just copy paste that once, settle the data needed, and that's it. The fun part is the engine class in WatchFace service. This class actually does your WatchFace on canvas. And it contains a set of some useful callbacks. We'll now go through all of these callbacks. First one is onCreate. I don't think that I have to explain this one. It will be called when your WatchFace service is created. When your engine, we're talking about an engine. Here, when your engine is created. The next one is on ambient mode changed. Now let me first explain what's an ambient mode. That's a low power mode on Android Wear WatchFaces. No, not just on WatchFaces, it's on the whole system. But basically, in order to preserve the energy, everything should be gray, black. There shouldn't be any big chunks of white color. Basically, everything on the UI should be gray and black. The user can set it at any time. Basically, the reason why he would set that is because he's out of energy and he wants the watch to last a little bit longer. But you have to handle that. Another callback is on properties change. These properties can be ambient mode. There's a burn-in protection on some Samsung watches, so you have to handle that separately. But each time some kind of property changes, this callback will be invoked. Next one is a tricky one. It's called on-time tick. This callback will be called each minute, but only when the watch is in ambient. So you can't rely on this in order to implement your watch face. So okay, each minute this will be called and I'll redraw my watch face. No, you can't. Only in ambient mode. And the reason for this is obvious. Since the Android wants to use as less energy as possible, he doesn't want you to use your implementation of a timer. Basically, he gives you, okay, each minute this will tick. Also, in ambient mode, you shouldn't show seconds. Next thing, on visibility change, this is simple, if the watch face is visible or not. And the most important here is on draw. Basically, you'll draw your watch face here. Let's go through all of these callbacks. First one, on create. You need to call, this is not, I didn't implement this method, this is a method from Canvas WatchFace Service Engine class. You call method set WatchFace style. You can set all kinds of properties. The card peak mode, which basically means how much the Google Now card will be shown on your watch face. Will it be a small card or a big one or over the whole screen? On ambient mode, we have set here, okay, don't show cards on ambient mode because that uses energy. And you can also show the system UI time, but you don't want that since you're building your own watch face. And just call build. There are a lot of different properties, and you can check them all in a watch face style class. So next thing, implementing a timer. Basically, with timers on this watch face, it's the same thing as if you don't have a girlfriend. You just have to do it yourself. You have to remember that on tick is called only in ambient mode. There are a number of possible implementations. You can use handlers, you can use timers, you can use anything you want. You can use schedule, the thread pool executor, whatever. I'm not saying that, I'll show you my implementation. I'm not saying that it's the best. You just have to decide what's good for you. So let's take a look how I implemented that. First, there are two important variables. One is the tick period. This one is set to seconds. But if we change here to minutes, hours, it will tick when we say. We have some kind of handler, and we have a runner, which was the handler will start that runner. Check if the watch is visible and is not in ambient mode. Basically, if the watch is not visible or in ambient mode, we don't want to call this method. We don't want to do anything. If it's visible, we want to invalidate our watch face. Invalidate, it will basically call onDraw method again, and we will draw the new time. And we call pause delayed with some kind of delay, whichever it is. It's 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour. It's up to you. And there's one method, which is basically the core of everything. First, we remove the callbacks, or our old callbacks, and we pause that time runnable. But again, only if it's visible or in ambient mode. That's it. So from my code here, the only method you need to call is start timer. But you're probably asking yourself when to call it. There are 3 different callbacks when this method should be called. First is on visibility changed. So, okay, you don't care if the watch is visible or not, because you're checking that already in here. On create, of course, when the engine is created, and when ambient mode is changed. Actually, you don't want to call that on ambient mode changed because, yeah, you're going to call that. Sorry. The user can switch on off. I forgot. This callback will be invoked even if the user turns on and turns off that ambient mode. So yes, basically, those 3 methods are the ones you need to call. And that's basically it. Now you need to draw your watch face. You have your timer, you have your watch face style, and everything. It wasn't that hard, but now you need to draw it, and that consists of two parts. First is the fun part, where you draw everything on the screen, it looks nice, and so on. The second one, you have to calculate the element position on canvas, and you have to use math, so that's not that fun. But it's doable, and it's really easy. So let's take a look. First, in our own create method, instead of start timer, with the start timer, we're going to create a new paint object, because we want to initiate the new paint object each time in our own draw method. And we're going to create a new bitmap, which we will show on our watch face. And this is it. This is how you do it. It's really simple. You need to take the current. We're drawing here the background color of the whole watch face. Then we take the hour of a day, minute, second, and we combine that in one. Don't use string concatenation, but this is just an example. And then we call draw text. We draw that time on our canvas. We calculate the X position and Y position and pass the paint object. And it will draw the current time on our watch face. Next thing is drawing a bitmap. Basically here, I'm just showing you that you can do anything you can do on canvas. You can draw paths, bitmap, rectangles, whatever you imagine. And this is basically how you calculate those positions. I'll just explain the first two methods. The first one will draw time on the X position. First, we're taking the center X position of our bounds of our canvas. And then we need to subtract the text width by 2. Because if we start drawing from the exact center, the text is still not going to be centered. It's going to be aligned to right. Basically, we need to take the whole width of the text and align it back. And the second one is basically the same, but with height. If we start drawing from our text, from our exact center, Y is going to start to draw to the bottom. And again, it won't be centered, so we'll have to take the text height and divide it by 2. And for Infinum, that's basically the same. And that's it. You have your watch face. And it's actually working, it's showing the time, it's showing the great logo here, and so on. But just a few other things before we wrap this up. Handle ambient mode changes, watch for that, and watch for properties changes. Just be careful with that. And that's about it. There's an example. All this code, basically, you wouldn't believe, but it's 200 lines of code for this watch face. It's nothing. It's really nothing to draw all that. There's an example on GitHub. I really encourage you to take that example and try it and try to build new stuff. So when the next time we get to part 2, you can show me what you did. I would really like to see that. The great read, well, it's developer.android.com, and that's it from me. Any questions here? Yes?
How much is the drawing procedure different between circular and rectangular watches? Are there any helper methods that help?
No, there are no helper methods. This is just basically your canvas and you do it.
There's something invisible in the corner.
Yeah, you can on round watches. You can, because basically they are square watches, but just cut with the cut-off corners.
So there is something that tells you that the watch is circular.
Yeah, yeah. There's a method. Sorry, I didn't show that. On properties changed here. You can get is the watch circle. Next thing. Okay.
Okay, hi guys. I'm your last Ivan today, and I'll just do a short recap of the droidcon conference that was last week here in Zagreb. So it was the first ever droidcon here in Zagreb. I think there were more than 300 people attending. It was held in Hotel Antunović last week and on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, for me it was a great experience. It started at about 8:30 in the morning and Wednesday. We checked in. There was a cool concert at the beginning, a keynote, and then the lecture started. There were 3 halls for the lectures, and 3 lectures were held parallelly for 2 days. There's a great lunch, really a lot of food, and a lot of food, a lot of stuff there. They took care of that. There are a lot of interesting people from big countries around the world. For example, there were lectures from Facebook, Vodafone, Spotify, and so on. And we also did our lecture there as well. We talked about our development process. And in the following Android Talks, we'll do it again here in case you missed it. If you want some more information about the event and everything, you can go to their official Facebook page or use the following Twitter hashtag. There's some pictures, videos, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions or anything, you can ask me, or you can ask David, who was in the organization.
Are we recording this?
Yeah, we're recording this.
Yeah, you have to get it close.
Yeah, you should probably come here and.
This microphone is great.
Not that great.
Thank you, everybody. I will.
So thank you everybody for coming at droidcon. Who was it? droidcon. It was for me a great privilege and a great honor to bring something that's so popular from the whole world and to see all that faces, all that people in one big room. It was great. We had a great talks. We had a great people, and I would like to thank Infinum for sponsorship and for partnership with us. I would like to encourage you. I'll post a poll to see your feedback. What did you like? What you don't like? So we can have an improvement. I'm inviting you to Twitter, droidcon ZJ. I think that's your hashtag. Yeah. That's no problem. And I'll post a poll in the meetup group. Next droidcon it's at Berlin, and we'll have a boot camp for organizers, and I'll try to go there and pick up some fresh ideas how to improve it even better. And I would like to hear from you also. What did you like? What you don't like? Would you like more sexism or less sexism? Would you like to see something more different? What speakers would you like to hear? What partners would you like to see? Or anything? There's no boundaries, no limits. So now it's up to you.
You plan to do the one next year?
Yeah, we're planning to do it. We were thinking about dates and room. I think that probably it will be Hotel Antunović or somewhere else, more convenient for everybody. Ticket sale will probably start from next week, and we'll make some extra super early bird tickets. There was some fuss about some people for students. They had some discounts that some don't. We can't influence on that because some of companies call us and say, okay, I called some companies and say, okay, would you like to sponsor like 80% of tickets for the students? So I'm sorry if some students paid extra because they were early bird students, but student price is always 300 kuna for the whole event.
I couldn't influence that. I couldn't oversee that in the future. So we will try to make some extra early bird tickets to be as cheaper as possible. Like it will cover only expenses, and we're encouraging everybody who would like to join us, being a partner or being some kind of a help. You can contact me at david@droidcon.hr or here, or if you have some ideas, fresh or suggestions, I'm here. So thank you.
When is it gonna be in Berlin, Germany? Where you say?
At Berlin, it's 5th and 6th, I think, of next month.
Oh.
So it's pretty early, but we don't. You can see everything at the droidcon.com. Every possible info is there, or da.droidcon.com. You can Google it.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you, guys. Okay, so that's it. I think we can conclude our talks. Oh yeah, we can check out the questions for the talks. So, huh?
No, okay, I don't see questions here, but I know that someone asked a question if it's possible to create a location request that creates location updates based on how many meters a person walked or kilometers. Yes, it is possible. So when you are creating location request, you need to set property set smallest displacement that is calculated in meters. So if you set 100, it will make callback on location listener only if user changed 100 meter from last location that was sent to you. So it is possible. I don't know if we got any other question. Okay, that's all. See you guys. Bye.